Hey everybody, Mark Johnson here, founder and creative director of Able Ape Studios, back again with another vlog. Today's vlog is number 14, and off top, I want to hope everyone's off to a positive and productive week.
We're still doing this coronavirus thing, so
I know that most of us, well, I guess if you live in a state where they reopening things, then I guess you're getting some action. But I'm in California, and we still haven't quite gotten to that point. I think later this month we are going to be moving into, I guess, a phase 1. So not necessarily non-essential things. A little bit more non-essential things will be opened up, but we're taking it slow. We're doing it a little cautiously, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Gavin Newsom. And but there's some places out there that are jumping it. They coop them up too much. They've been cooped up too much, and they want to get after it. This shit, BRAZY. And I hope them the best. I'm definitely wishing them the best, and the people in that state and wherever it may be. And but something that kind of came across my mind over the weekend as I watched the 60 Minutes interview, and it was obviously talking about the current situation, but just talking with normal Americans. Either they were worked in the healthcare, or they worked at a business, or they were entrepreneurs. One of the person that was most interesting to me, she was an entrepreneur. She was a caterer, and that is important to me for two reasons. One reason is my sister's a caterer. The other reason is usually caterers are linked to event planning. And with the current situation and things are slowly reopening, what was brought to my attention was the fact that in some businesses or some situations, even if we do open everything back open, there's going to be some businesses or some things that people are just not going to be ready to do right away. Some things just won't be like they were, like events, gatherings, sporting events. Those things probably won't come back for quite a long time, in the sense that it's a lot of people together, and this, the way this thing spreads, close contact with each other, and that makes it tough to have events, So in this caterer situation, she obviously had a lot of cancelizations throughout this thing, and probably had, no bookings. And so she talked about coming back, she just knew that, or felt that people would not be ready to plan things like that for, I don't know how long it's going to take, and that struck me because, I've been thinking about what am I going to do for the rest of the year. We still have a long year ahead of us. But we may not even get back to that this year. I've heard stories, and there's a lot of stories out, so I'm not going to necessarily believe everything. But one of the stories said that we won't necessarily get back to a sense of real normalcy for like maybe 2 years. This shit, BRAZY. Kept that in mind, and made me think about things differently, and looked at what I was thinking about trying to do for the rest of this year. And I don't know, we're just going to be in a tough spot, I feel. Oh! And there's no real clear-cut way to how to handle it. Again, like I said, here in California, we're taking it slow, and I like that approach. What I would hate to happen is we jump the gun, or someone jumps the gun, and we feel like, oh, we got it under control, but then we open everything back up, and it's worse. That's what I would hate to see happen. This shit, BRAZY. Because then it's just going to prolong this staying at home, and you see how people are already getting antsy about staying at home. Let us free, we want to work, and this kind of thing. And yeah, that's great. I love that. I love that energy. But why not use it constructively, or use it to better the situation, to make the situation worse? And again, I'm not going to pick sides, and I'm picking sides on this, but it just makes sense to be cautious about it, to get a better understanding about it. And everyone's jumping this vaccine situation. it's just going to take time, and people just got to understand it's going to take all of us. I don't want to come at it from a sense of fear, but I think at the same time it needs to be looked at kind of cautiously. If we want to have a sense of normalcy sooner than later, I think that's really what needs to happen. And people. Yeah, I mean, here in California, we love our beaches, and I know people want to get out back out to the beach, but I mean, is that really that important at this moment? This shit, BRAZY. I mean, especially when it could cause us to push it back even further if there's another outbreak. Again, I'm looking at it pretty realistically. I think. I'm not trying to scare anybody about it. I think we need to look at this in a way that is going to be beneficial for everybody in the long run. And even if that takes a few months in a sense of a lockdown, saying we're still free. This is still the land of the free. This is still America. Saying, but we're from my understanding, the reason why we're having the lockdown, we're having the stay-at-home situation, is so it doesn't spread and it doesn't get to a point where just people are dying like all over the damn place. So maybe I'm a little naive, maybe I'm a little biased, maybe, but that's just kind of my understanding, and that's how I would think would be the best way to approach it. They're not opening schools. I guess some places they're opening schools, but I think that would be a bad situation to do that as well. So I like the fact that we're here in California, we're taking it slow. I know there's other places that are just jumping the gun. Let's not say jump the gun, but maybe opening up too much too soon. And we'll see how they turn out. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of where my mindset is. It's unfortunate that I'm making a vlog post on this, but this shit, BRAZY. Thoughts that I'm having, because I know that I got to the point where it's like, oh yeah, this thing will be over. We still have a long year. We can, look forward to a wonderful, third, fourth quarter of the year. But this shit, BRAZY. I'm thinking a little differently now, seeing it from a different perspective, and that was something that right at the end of the week got me, and it made me think a little differently. So maybe I'll change this up. Maybe I won't be doing these vlogs anymore. Oh! I know it's going to have to take patience and maybe a little different thinking, but I'm willing to do that in the time that we are. So again, hope everyone was off to a positive, productive week. And like we always do at this time, have a blessed day. See you on the flip side. Let's go. This shit, BRAZY.